Good morning, children. This is our fourth video under the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings. In the previous video, we have learned about the effect of change of temperature. How by changing the temperature, the three states of matter can be interconverted. In this video, we will learn about the effect of change of pressure. As the temperature can convert the state of matter, in the same way, pressure can also convert one state of matter into other. We know that the three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, they are in these states the space between the particles or the distance between the particles is different. In gases, the distance is most, and in solids, the distance is least. So, in the gases, the distance can be minimized by applying the pressure. If we take some gas in a cylinder and by applying the pressure by piston, what happens? The particles of the gas, they come close to each other, and by applying more and more pressure, the distance is so less that the gas is converted into liquid. In this way, liquid gases, the gases can be liquefied by applying pressure. The example, you must have heard about the solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide is also known as dry ice. It is like the piece of ice, and it is gas. Carbon dioxide is a gas. It without converting into liquid, it converts directly into solid. The pressure is so much that the gas it converted into solid, and when the pressure is less, at 1 atmospheric pressure, 1 atm, this dry ice or solid carbon dioxide, it converts directly into vapors without converting into liquid. This dry ice is used for transportation of frozen food. The other example you know is the liquefied nitrogen. At minus 196 degrees C, nitrogen can be liquefied, and this liquefied nitrogen, that is at low temperature and high pressure, this nitrogen can be liquefied and it is used for preserving the biological samples. So this is how the change in pressure can liquefy the gases or the state can be changed. Now, this is a diagram to show interconversion of three states of matter. The three states are solid, liquid and gas. When solid converts to liquid, it is known as fusion, and when liquid converts to solid, it is known as solidification. It is known as solidification, liquid to gas, vaporization, gas to liquid, condensation. And one more term is there known as sublimation, where solid directly convert to gas or gas directly convert to solid without going into the liquid state. This is known as sublimation. We will do the experiment in the next chapter. So this is about the effect of change of pressure on three states of matter. Now one more term known as evaporation. We know that vapors are formed when the liquid is boiled. At its boiling point, the liquid turns to vapor. Like if we boil water, it turns to steam at boiling point or at 100 degree centigrade. 100 degree Celsius. But sometimes in day-to-day life we see if we put water in a bowl or in a flattened container, what happens after some time? This water disappears. So this disappearing of water is evaporation of water at the normal temperature. At room temperature, the water disappears. So this is known as evaporation. What is the definition of evaporation? Change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point. We are not boiling the water, but it is not there in the container. It is vaporizing. So this phenomena is known as evaporation, when change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point, and this phenomena is called as evaporation. In our day-to-day life, the examples of evaporation are drying of clothes. We wash our clothes and put them in sun for drying. So the water from the wet clothes, it evaporated. Under this phenomena, evaporation. So why this evaporation takes place? What is the scientific reason behind the evaporation? We know that the particles in three states of matter, whether it is solid, liquid or gas, they have some kinetic energy. They are constantly moving. They are in constant motion. And in a single state also, different particles, they have different kinetic energy. Like if we take water in a bowl or in a beaker, suppose this is water in a beaker. This is the surface of this water. So the particles which are present on the surface of water, they will have more kinetic energy than the particles below the surface. They are having more kinetic energy because they are absorbing energy from the surroundings. Due to more kinetic energy, they break away from the lower particles and they evaporated in the form of water vapor. This is the evaporation from the surface of the water, and this evaporation of water from the surface, it is due to the more kinetic energy in the particles which are present on the surface. They break away from the lower particle and the force of attraction, it is being broken and they go to the atmosphere in the form of vapor. This is the cause of evaporation of liquids. Now, there are factors which affect evaporation. Evaporation may be more or less under these different physical factors. We will discuss one by one. First is increase in surface area. You know, when we wash the clothes, we spread them in sun, we do like this and we spread open the clothes. Why? By this we are increasing the surface of the cloth. By increasing the surface, this arrow is for evaporation. First arrow is for increase in the surface area. Second arrow is for evaporation. If the surface area is increased, evaporation is also increased. Because this evaporation is a surface phenomena. Like this boiling is a bulk phenomena, but this evaporation is a surface phenomena. When more surface is there, evaporation will be more. Second, increase in temperature. When temperature is increased, evaporation is more. All of us know in sunny day, the clothes, they dry faster than on a non-sunny day. Why? Due to the increase in temperature, what happens? The kinetic energy increases. Due to increase in kinetic energy, motion in the particles increases. When the motion of the particle increases, they evaporate more easily. They break open the force of attraction more easily, and increase in temperature will increase the evaporation. Third is decrease in humidity will increase the evaporation. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. This is known as humidity. When water vapor are less in the atmosphere, more evaporation takes place. And when water vapor has more in the evaporation, then the evaporation will be less. So this is like this. And the fourth one, increase in wind speed. If wind speed is more, then evaporation will be more. Why? With the wind, the water vapor around the bowl or around the cloth, it move away and evaporation will be more. So these are the factors affecting evaporation. Now, next we know that this is evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling. In day-to-day life, we see different examples of this cooling. Suppose we put a drop of acetone or nail polish remover, it is acetone, or alcohol on our palm. This alcohol or acetone, it evaporates and we feel cooling effect on our palm. Why? The particles of this alcohol or this acetone, they take energy, heat energy from our body or from palm, and they vaporize, and when the energy is being taken up by our palm, we feel cold. Second example is when we put water in an open pot, the surroundings of the pot are also cool. Why? Because the water particles, when they are vaporizing or evaporation is taking place, they gain energy. They absorb energy from the surroundings to have more energy for evaporation. So, when the heat energy is being absorbed from the surroundings also become cool. The third example is we wear cotton clothes in summers. All of us know in summers we perspire more, and cotton clothes, they absorb this sweat. When the sweat is absorbed by the cotton clothes, it vaporizes easily from the surface and it absorbs the body heat from our body. So we feel cool when our sweat is vaporized from the cotton clothes. So these are the examples which show that evaporation causes cooling. So this is all about this chapter. We will start the second chapter afterwards, and meanwhile you have to do all the in-text and end of the chapter exercises of this chapter in your notebooks. Thank you.